Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to some more Sonic, or maybe it's the first Sonic, who knows. This is Sonic Jam for the Sega Saturn. It's a compilation of Sonic 1, 2, 3, and Sonic and Knuckles, with the lock-on ability of Sonic and Knuckles included. These games are not emulations so much as they're ports, and essentially, by that I mean, I'm saying it essentially a lot today. They have new modes. There's like a slightly remixed mode. There's an easy mode for those who have not just never played Sonic, but I'm guessing never even played platformers before in their lives. And there's Sonic World, which is a little 3D mission mode thing, which is actually really cool. And actually, a fun fact about Sonic World: it was Sonic World that was used as the basis for Sonic Adventure, particularly back when Sonic Adventure was being developed for the Sega Saturn. But, I'm sure they used some assets from it back when they were porting it to the Dreamcast as well. Also, if I'm sounding a little different today, that could be two things. It's allergy season in Texas still. I'm still being killed ever so slowly by pollen-induced allergies, which also means that my V's sound more like D's and whatnot, and yeah, it's a gross feeling. On the bright side, though, I'm using a proper USB microphone now instead of the one built into my iMac, though this is just one I'm borrowing right now. The actual nice USB mic that I ordered is still in the mail, because I think I ordered it yesterday. But you know what? That is okay. That is fine by me. I can wait. I've, had payday recently and whatnot, and I've saved up a bit, so I'm ordering that. I'm setting aside a little bit of money, probably a few $100s, for Retropalooza Houston, which is happening next weekend at the time of this recording. And I'm really excited. Houston's had, let's see, they have Anime Matsuri, but that's an anime convention. And there's the Pinball Expo every year, which is fun, but Houston's not really had a, never really had a proper gaming convention. So, I'm really happy to see something like Retropalooza coming here. And for those wondering what Retropalooza is, there's this little show on YouTube, and I say little show, but it's very popular, and honestly, it's one of the things that really got me into game collecting. Like, I was into it before, but it was just like something I did every now and again. Like, I stopped by a neighborhood garage sale, and if they had like NES games or something, I'd pick them up. But the Game Chasers really got me into it. Like, at that point I was like, when they first started and I started watching, I was like, this is something I really would love to do more of. So, the Game Chasers themselves actually start a convention. And normally it's up in Arlington, and that's fine. I guess I technically could drive up there and do it as a day trip, though that whole area is about 4 hours from where I live, and gas money and whatnot. So it's nice to have it a bit closer. Granted, it's in Pasadena, which is on the other side of Houston from where I am, but that's fine by me. I'm honestly really excited. I'm hoping to find some TurboGrafx games. I did pick up a TurboGrafx 16 fairly recently, and the only games I currently have for it are Blazing Lasers and Alien Crush. Devil's Crush, that's what it is, Devil's Crush. I don't have Alien Crush. So, yeah. Oh, and I hit the goal. Funny thing about Sonic 1. Back when I played this when I was a little kid, yes, I played this when I was a kid, even though I was born in the late 90s. We actually had a Genesis in my house till about 2003 or so, till my sister sold it to a friend of hers for like $20. Excuse me. Ugh, horrible feeling. It's like the feeling when you're about to sneeze, but then you don't. So, yeah. For some reason I was always like, wait, why am I not getting anything? It says goal. Aren't I supposed to be hitting the goal? Because granted, keep in mind, I was like 4 or 5. Actually, the other funny thing about Sonic 1 is I remember as a kid, as a little kid, I should say, because this was the only game we had with that Genesis. I think how we actually went about finding the Genesis was it'd been put away in the garage since like the early '90s, and then I was like a little kid, and I saw my cousins and stuff getting like PlayStations and whatnot, and I was like, I want a game console too. So my dad went out to the garage and was like, well, here's the old Genesis, have fun, and I did, but I remember I'd play through Green Hill Zone and I'd absolutely love it. And then I'd get to Marble Zone, and Marble Zone is very slow and has a lot of platforming, and I just got bored at Marble Zone. I'd shut it off and just play through Green Hill Zone again. I don't think it was till years later I actually beat Sonic 1, not till it came out in the Wii Virtual Console actually. If you're wondering what all those random pauses are, I said allergies are just messing with my mind. So, Sonic 1 special stages, what do I think? They aren't my favorite in the series. I honestly actually think they're the worst special stages of the classic games. I prefer Sonic 2, Sonic 3 are definitely better. Sonic CDs are a lot better. I actually really like Sonic CDs. Actually, for those watching who haven't played any classic Sonic and want a starting point, I would legitimately say start with Sonic CD, especially since it's now on Steam, PSN, Xbox Live. It might be on the eShop, don't quote me on that. But the Sonic CD port by Christian Whitehead is fantastic, and it's a wonderful place to start. Like, honestly. I said, I keep having that feeling like you're about to sneeze and then you don't. It's awful. I'm ready for allergy season to end and just to be able to go back to, having feeling in my face. Sonic 1 itself, though, going back and playing it, I'd say it's probably the weakest of the three main Sonic games from Genesis, and I say that, as Sonic 1, Sonic 2, and Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Counting Sonic 3 and Knuckles as its own game. Because that's what it was really intended to be, and I feel that's only right. Though, I guess, from a consumer sense, if you want to get it in cartridge form, you have to, go out and buy both games. Actually, that's another good tip. If you don't feel like downloading the Sonic CD port off Xbox Live or whatever, which, why wouldn't you? That's by far the best Sonic game. I absolutely love it. Another great place to get started with Sonic is the Sonic Ultimate Gems collection for the Xbox 360 and PS3. And granted, it doesn't have the lock-on features of something like, say, Sonic Jam, which is also, if you have a Sega Saturn, you have to own Sonic Jam, Sonic Jam Nights. It's, like, required. But, yeah, the Sonic's Ultimate Gems collection is fantastic. It has the Sonic games, I think it has something like 60 Genesis games on there, and then a bunch of arcade games, and some Master System games as well. Particularly, it has all the Phantasy Star games, which, if you're a fan of old school RPGs, and you haven't played Phantasy Star, really, give those games a try. Kind of imagine, it's like a mix between like a medieval type stuff, but it's in a futuristic setting, and you can travel between planets and stuff, at least in the original. And what's really cool about the original Phantasy Star and the Master System, and for those of you who don't know what the Master System was, it was pretty much Sega's version of the NES, though it didn't sell nearly as well as the NES or Famicom in the US and Japan, though it actually sold extremely well in South America and Europe, but that's besides the point. The original Phantasy Star and the Master System actually had 3D dungeons with these really cool scaling, like, these 3D first-person dungeons, and it was honestly really cool, and to this day, I still think it looks extremely cool. But then I'm just easily impressed. still dying. Was that Special Stage 6 I saw? Yes, it was. Sonic got them all 6 Chaos Emeralds, because this is Sonic 1. The 7th Chaos Emerald, and thus, Super Sonic were not introduced until Sonic 2. So anyways, there you go, folks. A nice little rainy day commentary. I hope you enjoyed, and like, comment, subscribe, face twit, Tumblrize it, tell your friends, show your parents. Don't show your parents, actually. They'll probably be very disappointed in your taste of things to watch on the internet. And, yeah. Talk to you later, ladies and gentlemen.